by a dream, but that dream got shattered. You try to move on, but your life don't really matter. Cold-hearted, you try to cling on to the last piece of string, holding this thing strong. You wait and you wait, but the rescue, it seems distant. Nobody's listening to the pain that you're resisting. Sitting on the sidewalk, you see no kind of outlook. People walking by seem to look but look away at the same time, just like with the bum, and it makes you feel like one. You're depressed, nothing can help it, it's a mess, like a song of heartbreak. You long to be back in that saddle, right into victory after a defeat. But the future looks grim for you to stand on 2 feet, cause you're giving up already and your power's declining steady. So instead you go mad and try to take your whole life along with your daughter, your son, and your own wife. Every action we take determines our lives. Every fraction of faith reassures us the fights is needed for truth, but we abuse and we lose, and the price that we pay is the failure of you. Every action we take determines our lives. Every fraction of faith reassures us the fights is needed for truth, but we abuse and we lose, and the price that we pay is the failure of you. Let's go back and have a look at the beginning of this tragedy. Jason was a young man who believed in magic. He saw it as the love he needed to stay away from drugs, cause the neighborhood he lived in, it was crowded with slugs. So he painted a mental picture of what he said his goals. Full performing magician in stadiums full of fans of his work, those were his plans. Never did he expect the weight of his fam. First came his wife Janet. She wanted to settle, have a nice little house in the suburbs with a kettle slowly heating up for the afternoon tea. Jason agreed, but inside he wanted free, wanted to flee from this life and just go out and be. Jason became resentful more for every day passed. Everywhere he'd look, he'd see people having a blast. He wanted in too, he wanted to puke after a crazy party with a few of his best mates too. Every action we take determines our lives. Every fraction of faith reassures us the fights is needed for truth, but we abuse and we lose, and the price that we pay is the failure of you. Every action we take determines our lives. Every fraction of faith reassures us the fights is needed for truth, but we abuse and we lose, and the price that we pay is the failure of you. After about a year or two came his daughter Sue. Jason was happy for a while before he knew that this was the end. He could no longer pretend that he was a free man. He was now a family dad. Mad at his mistake, he tried to play the role, but it took his toll, and Jason begun to blow weed to relieve the stress and the pain of his failure. Started to drink heavily like it was his savior. Janet started wondering what was wrong with him when he walked out in the evening and wasn't wearing his ring. They had sex frequently, and after 9 months came his son Jacob. The burden was a ton. Jason became violent, started punching his wife. How the hell can you do this to me, you stupid dyke? Jacob walked out, now don't walk too far away. Daddy got a knife that you